Hi everybody, welcome to our 10-minute desk stretch session. So really, I had in mind sort of the office worker, people who are on computers all the time or on technology. Knowing the people that are in this program, there's definitely a lot of you who ride horses, some people drive heavy equipment. Think of this as just a seated session, so it's very relevant to a lot of people for a lot of different reasons, and can be done really quickly, taking a few minutes over your lunch hour or at any time during the day to just stretch out some tight muscles. So grab yourself a chair and sit down. Now, the one thing to be mindful of, if this is something you're actually going to be doing at the office, be careful of rolly chairs. I'm speaking from experience on that. They'll get you, okay? So if the casters can be locked on them, that's great, or otherwise just find yourself more of a solid seat. And I want you to scoot yourself forward. So we're gonna come forward enough that the chair is just sort of below the creases of your bum. So you're not sitting back and leaning against it. Instead, just like through the rest of our yoga practice, we're sitting on the sit bones and we're growing all of the torso, the energy up the body, working against gravity, okay? You'll find your core here, so belly to spine. Take a couple deep breaths. Good, starting with the hands, so we're just gonna take our hands beside us, just drawing some circles. Lots of tightness in the wrist, of course, if you're somebody who works on a computer or drives. Roll circles the other way. This is also a good session for those of you, and I know there's some of you whose spouses maybe think they don't do yoga. Maybe they'll do this one. Okay, shake it out. Interlace your hands. Left pinky on the bottom, okay? Press the palms forward and down. We're just gonna draw a circle up. See if you can take a breath in and lift your rib cage as we go. Little side stretch over to the left. Good. Come back up. Release the hands down. Interlace other pinky on the bottom. So right pinky on the bottom, or opposite of what you just did. Now when we interlace our hands, I'm just going to pause for a second here. Make sure your knuckles are locked right up close to the base. This is actually more about the flexion in the wrist. I don't necessarily want you to be out here and extended through the fingers, okay? So palms forward and down. Slowly draw your circle up. Take a deep breath, see if you can lift the rib cage. A little side stretch over to the right. Good job. Back up, and once again, just release. Keep your left foot down. We're gonna cross the right ankle up and over, okay? Just taking left hand onto the ankle, right hand onto the knee. Just sit tall for a second here. You can apply just some gentle pressure just to help yourself open the knee. If you're somebody who's really tight and your knee is quite elevated, don't worry about it. Just breathe into maybe that space that's like a 5 out of 10, so you certainly want to feel something here, but you don't want to be aggressively pushing beyond your limit. Again, so as we sit here, just feel your spine, see if you're sitting tall. It's so inevitable that we roll the shoulders forward and end up slouching when we're on a computer. Okay, so I want you to stay broad or strong across the chest. So to do that, I like to take the elbows out beside me, okay? So point your elbows out. Draw your chest forward towards your crossed leg as best you can, and just hold here. If this is too much on the hip, then just go back to where I was previously. One more breath. Great job. Come all the way back up here. We're going to stick with this leg, just cross it a little more over the body. This is something that you can do with both feet planted side by side too if you find this is too much. Left hand's going to reach across, okay? Reach behind you, see if you can grab the back of the chair And then just work at rotating shoulders over towards this right wall. Deep breath in. If you cannot breathe in your twist, I'll remind you, you've gone too far. And the twist is a really awesome way to find a little connection with the breath. So as you inhale, try to lengthen the crown of your head to the ceiling. And as you exhale, see if you can soften or relax the rib cage. I would suggest closing your eyes. Try not to strain your eyes around in this twist. We're not being competitive. Great job. We're going to release the hands, okay? I want you just to let yourself kind of unwind naturally, slowly. Let's switch sides. So plant the feet, take the left ankle across, or opposite of what you just did, okay? One hand to the ankle, one hand to the knee. Just sit tall for a few moments. Gentle pressure on the knee. Enjoy your break. Okay, so again, just go as far as you feel you can. Try not to round your spine and hunch forward, so pull the elbows wide. Think about leaning forward from the creases of your hips and just dropping your chest or your heart towards this front leg. Just gazing down. Take a couple deep breaths here. One more. Good job. All the way back up. So again, crossing the legs. If this is uncomfortable, just take your feet side by side. Right hand's coming across, left hand's reaching for the back of the chair, and then just start to twist shoulders towards the left side of the room. Again, find that rhythm with the breath. So inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, see if you can find a little softness through the rib cage. Try to relax your jaw here. Make sure you have some space between your teeth. Great job. So just start to ease off of the connection with the hands and just let your body find the front. It's kind of a rebound effect. I know in my own body, my spine, my whole torso just kind of comes back to where it should be. Okay, we're going to take the feet wide. Again, make sure you're forward on your chair, and then I want you to turn the toes out. So for some people, the stretch up into the thighs will be quite intense here. So however far back you can come with the knees and open with the toes, will be quite individual. Hands are going to come onto the knees. I prefer to do this fingers forward, but there's really not a right or a wrong here. We're simply going to drop right shoulder forward and take a little peek over the left shoulder. Back to the center, opposite way. Try to keep the knees open. Good, back to the center. Once more each direction. Drop right shoulder forward. Come all the way up. Drop left shoulder. And all the way up. Good job. We're going to stand up just momentarily. You could do this over top of a desk or a table. I'm just going to use the chair. Okay, so all we want to do is take the hands onto the seat. However that feels comfortable for you, start to walk your legs back and lean into the tailbone. So really opening up the hamstrings. If you want to relax your head, you can go ahead and do that. Soften your knees, maybe even bend your knees if you're somebody who feels a lot of tightness in the backside of your legs. Nice deep breath. Good job, guys, and coming back forward. All right, my friends, sitting down here again. We are almost through our little session. We're gonna spend a little bit of time just opening up the shoulders and moving our neck. So we're gonna tuck chin towards the chest. Okay, just start to take your chin from one shoulder over to the other. So it's like you're tracing the bottom of a rocking chair. Again, staying tall from tailbone up to the base of your neck, or where your shoulders and your neck meet. Good, coming back to the center. Just pause for a second, roll the shoulders towards the back pockets a little bit more. See if you can find this magnetic connection from the sternum to the chin. Lift your chest. And then slowly just start to lift chin all the way up to the ceiling. It's like we're looking up into the sun. Relax your bottom jaw. Just find a stretch or a gentle opening down the front of the throat, all the way down to the collarbones here. If it feels good, you can open your hands back behind you. Great job. Bring yourself back forward. Left arm up and over, so elbow up towards the ceiling, just reaching up towards the elbow. A little hug here. Good, other side. Right arm up and over, grabbing a hold with the left hand. Good, and release. Open your arms nice and wide. We're gonna come into eagle arms here. Stretching across the shoulders. So take left arm underneath the right, okay? And our hands are always gonna point away from ourselves. So backs of the hands towards each other is a good start. If you can get all the way into eagle, you're gonna wrap all the way around. I love this arm position because all we have to do is get here and then breathe. Try to focus on breathing into that back side of your body. You'll feel the stretch just natural. Good. Release, open wide, other side, right arm underneath. Wrapping them around if you can, or like I say, backs of the hands working towards each other. Breathe into the tightness across the upper back. Great job, guys, and release. Okay, if you're in an office, get up and go for a walk. That's motion is lotion. We need to remember that. Moving around is going to help you more than anything else, but nice little stretch. Okay? Hope you guys enjoyed that little session. We'll do more chair yoga later on in the month. Hands to the center of our chest. Thumbs to forehead, kind thoughts. To mouth, kind words, and to chest, kind hearts. Namaste, guys.